welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming back and dealing with me and all of my foolishness. It is greatly appreciated. You clearly have a lot of patience, or you're an idiot like me. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Anyway, so today we're going to be studying 1 Kings chapter 2. So Shimei, whoever this guy's name is, he pissed off David, was throwing stones at his people. And then at some point, he was told, it said, then the king sent for Shimei and said to him, build yourself a house in Jerusalem and live there, but do not go anywhere else. The day that you leave and cross the Kidron Valley, you can be sure that you will die. Your blood will be on your own head. He said, do not leave and go anywhere else, because if you do, you will surely die and your blood will be on your own head. Why would his blood be on his own head? So we're just going to say how we say it now, would like blood would be on your own hands. Because you were told to build your freaking house in Jerusalem and don't leave that land. I don't know how big Jerusalem is. Let's just say it's the size of a small city. Everything you need is that city, is what he's saying. Y'all got your little archery. Oh, there's a giant bee. Oh, no, thank you. I can do bees, but I can't do wasps and all the extras that's outside of bees. You know, it's like, I was just making sure he didn't want to come back. Everything you need is on that land. Don't leave that land. Because the day that you leave and you cross that goddamn river, cross that river and find out what happens. Do you know this man crossed the river? So let me tell you what happened. So his homeboy or somebody come to him and was just like, yo, 2 of your slaves went to town. And he said, 2 of my slaves? Oh, hell no. And then he gets mad because 2 of his servants ran off the spot and went off the land and went to go kick it with some other people, or they was probably running away like they were slaves, you know, whatever they was doing, they left. And he was like, I told you not to leave, so he went and got them. He was stuck in his ego where he decided that he was going to trump what the king said. The king said, do not leave Jerusalem. 1 King, chapter 2, 36. But the king said, don't leave. And then he left because he was so mad that his servants left. So he was like, oh no, I'm about to go get him. So he went to go get him. And then what he didn't know was a setup to see if he was gonna fall for it, and of course he fell for it. So then the king comes to him and was just like, yo, what did he say? Because I know he asked him, he was like, didn't I tell your black butt? Because you know that they was whatever. Did I not make you swear by the Lord and warn you? You know he said it calm like that too, because you know when you the king, you're not even hostile. You like, come here, Shimei. Didn't I tell you to swear before the Lord? I told you to swear before, and I warned you. You know how you talk to your kids and you say, how many times did mommy tell you no? 2, 1 too many, right? Same energy. You can just feel it. I told you. On the day you leave, I told Joe Black. It don't say that in the Bible, but that's what it should say. I told you, you can be sure you will die. And at that time, you said to me, what you say is good and I will obey. You looked me in my face, Shimei, and you told me, what you say is good and I'll obey. And you did not obey. Why then did you not keep your oath to the Lord and obey the command I gave to you? First of all, the king was working for God, okay? The king did not tell him, oh, don't leave the land, because he was mad. He was mad, but the king was getting his messages from God. And then he made you swear to God. Put that on Jesus. He made you pinky promise to Jesus, and you broke a pinky promise to Jesus. And then so the king says to Shimei, you know in your heart all the wrong you did to my father David. Oh yeah, because he was throwing stones at David, and then this is David's son. But and then okay, first of all, he gave him a pass like you was. I think, did he kill his father? Let me not say that because I missed that part. Let me not start gossiping about the Bible, okay? I forgot what he did to David other than throwing stones at him. But all I know is that he let it slide, and his son let him slide and was all like, yo, I'm gonna let you live because God told me to let you live. So the king also said to Shimei, you know in your heart all the wrong you did to my father David. Now the Lord will repay you for your wrongdoing. So you know in your heart what you did, not just to my father David, but to your baby mama, to your baby daddy, to your brother, to your sister, to your co-worker. You know all the wrong that you're doing in your heart. God knows it too. We talked about that in the previous video, but y'all don't really hear me though, y'all. Y'all don't hear me though. The wind's starting to pick up. Okay, so he said, so the Lord will repay you for your wrongdoings. Listen, I have a hoe and I plant it everywhere I go because I'm planting seeds, so I reap what I sow, you know? So what are you putting out there? Again, you reap what you sow, and the Lord said he's going to make sure he repay you with it. Like, okay. So I'll make sure I repay you for all your wrongdoing. Everything that you put out there, trust me, you're going to get back. Whether it's good, bad, positive, negative, whatever we want to refer to it as, you're going to get it back. So you reap what you sow. I'm just kidding. I did that on purpose. The King Solomon will be blessed, and David's throne will remain secure before the Lord forever. Then the king gave the order to Then the king gave the order to his boys, and he went out and struck Shimei down and killed him. The kingdom was now firmly established in Solomon's hands. So from what I get from this is that God will give us directions, and then we'll hold out for a little bit, but then we get so caught up in our ego, 808, we get so caught up in our ego that we forget who the hell we are and what we did, and we forget about our past, and we forget about the covenant we made with God. God told you don't leave, so don't leave. I am stuck on a military base, in a hotel in a military base, under super supervision. I couldn't do it. And it's frustrating. I want to go outside and I just want to go, and I just can't because God told me not to, and it's frustrating, but I have to listen because God knows what's happening out there, and he knows what's in the heart of people, and he knows it's not safe for me out there. It's so not safe for me. I have to be hidden on a military base, so that's fine, you know. Can't get me here. I don't like it, and one day I'll be able to leave, but until then I am still here, and I can't forget that when I leave, my safety is compromised. So that's the same as like God coming to me saying like, didn't I tell you not to leave? But he's not going to say that to me while I'm on earth. He's going to say that to me when I'm dead. I'm like, God, is that you? He'd be like, didn't I tell you not to come here? I told you to stay on that goddamn military base. Because God's going to cuss at me. He'll be like, didn't I tell your ass? Come here. And then I'm going to have to repeat the cycle and come back to earth again and all that other stuff. But that's another message for another day. I think we should do better with listening to God and following his messages. and never forgetting who we are. We have to practice not being in an ego state. Whenever you are in an ego state and you forget who you are, God has to humble us. And by humbling us, we remember that He is in charge and we are not. We may not like being stuck on a military base or stuck anywhere, but if God told you to be there, it is for your safety, it is for your educational purpose, it is to build endurance, it is to build discipline, it is to isolate you from those who do not have pure intentions for you or themselves. It is to isolate you away from the ignorance so that way you can be more clear and have clarity and be able to see and understand. Until you perfect your relationship with God within you, then you will continue to be in isolation until God's ready to take you out of isolation. So I'm almost ready to get out of isolation. I just have to make a couple more videos, but it is 11:11 and I am done with this video. So thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Goodbye.